What if Himalaya keep growing higher? The Himalayas, the mighty roof of the world, already tower above Earth with peaks piercing the sky. But what if they didn't stop growing? What if the Himalayas kept rising higher and higher? This scenario opens up a world of fascinating possibilities and frightening consequences. Higher Himalaya would reshape weather, ecosystems, and human civilization itself. The Earth we know today might become unrecognizable. To understand this, we must first remember why the Himalayas exist. They were formed by the collision of the Indian plate with the Eurasian plate. Even now, they're still rising millimeter by millimeter each year. But imagine if this growth accelerated dramatically. Instead of slow, imperceptible changes, the mountains climbed rapidly toward the heavens. Soon, Everest and its neighbors might not just be the tallest on Earth, but titans beyond imagination. The first impact would be on the atmosphere. The higher the mountains grow, the more they interfere with wind circulation and jet streams. Weather patterns across Asia and even the entire planet would shift. Monsoons, which billions of people rely on for food and water, could become unpredictable. Some areas might face devastating floods. Others could wither under droughts. Glaciers, already abundant in the Himalayas, would expand further as temperatures plummet at higher altitudes. These glaciers are known as the third pole, storing more ice than anywhere outside the Arctic and Antarctic. With greater elevation, they would capture even more moisture from passing clouds. This might sound like good news for rivers such as the Ganges, Brahmaputra, and Indus, but the reality would be far more complex, as there would be more ice. But melting patterns would become unstable and catastrophic floods could sweep through valleys. Human settlements at the base of the mountains would be at constant risk. Landslides, avalanches, and glacial lake outbursts would become more frequent. Villages and cities could vanish overnight under walls of water and rock. As the Himalayas climbed higher, oxygen levels at their peaks would drop even further. Mountaineering, already perilous, might become nearly impossible. Even advanced technology might struggle to conquer these new giants. Ecosystems would transform too. Species adapted to cold, high-altitude environments would be pushed upward. But eventually, they'd run out of space, leading to mass extinctions. Forests, grasslands, and farmlands at lower altitudes would also face upheaval. Changing rainfall and harsher climates would reduce agricultural productivity. Millions of farmers could lose their livelihoods. Meanwhile, lowland countries would feel the ripple effects. Rivers fed by Himalayan glaciers support nearly 2 billion people across South and Southeast Asia. Any disruption to this system could trigger food shortages, mass migrations, and conflict. Geopolitically, the growing Himalayas would also mean shifting borders. Mountain ranges often define nations, and higher peaks could spark territorial disputes. The struggle for resources like water would intensify between India, China, Nepal, Pakistan, and Bhutan. On a planetary scale, the Himalayas would act as a massive climate regulator. Their growing bulk would deflect winds, potentially cooling some regions while heating others. Entire ecosystems across the globe might be destabilized. Air travel would also be affected. New towering peaks would create dangerous flight paths. Airlines would have to reroute, increasing travel time and fuel costs. But it's not all doom and gloom. A taller Himalaya could also create new habitats for hardy life forms. Unique plants, insects, and even mammals might evolve in these extreme conditions. For humans, the mountains might become a new frontier of science and exploration. Extreme research stations could be built to study Earth's atmosphere and cosmic rays. The Himalayas might even serve as natural launch sites for space exploration due to their altitude. Still, the dangers outweigh the wonders. If the Himalayas kept growing, the delicate balance of water, climate, and ecosystems would collapse. Human survival in this region would face unprecedented challenges. Civilizations might be forced to retreat from the Himalayan basin entirely. Massive migrations toward coastal areas would reshape demographics and global politics. Wars over water and land could erupt more frequently. The Himalayas are already a symbol of Earth's raw power. Their continued growth at natural rates is slow, almost invisible. But imagining a rapid rise reveals how fragile our planet's systems truly are. It reminds us that the environment we depend on is balanced on a knife's edge. A single geological change could ripple across every corner of the world. And the Himalayas, if they kept growing higher, would be the ultimate test of humanity's resilience. So, the next time you look at a map and see those towering peaks, remember, they are not frozen in time. They are still moving, still growing, and still shaping our destiny.